Welcome to History Unveiled. Today, we journey into a realm where myth and memory intertwine. A realm of mystery, guardianship, and timeless wonder. This is the story of the Nunehi, the immortal spirit people of the Cherokee. Often whispered about in ancient lore, and still resonant in modern storytelling, the Nunehi are more than mere legends. They are beings believed to dwell beyond the constraints of mortal life, residing in hidden townhouses amid the mountains, always ready to guide and protect those in need. In today's video, we will delve into centuries-old Cherokee traditions, explore multiple legends about these mythical beings, and examine how modern interpretations continue to honor, and sometimes reshape, their legacy. So settle in as we uncover the mysteries of the Nunehi, and their timeless role in Cherokee culture and beyond. The story of the Nunehi begins with the very fabric of Cherokee mythology, a tapestry woven with tales of wonder, danger, and the supernatural. The Cherokee word Nunnehi itself translates roughly to the people who live elsewhere, or those who live in a different world. They are not merely spirits, they are immortal beings, enigmatic protectors, and sometimes even guides in times of peril. According to traditional Cherokee lore, the Nunehi are beings of great power and benevolence, endowed with the gift of immortality. Unlike ordinary men and women, they do not succumb to the passage of time. Their homes, hidden from the ordinary eye, are said to be secret townhouses tucked away in the mountains, realms that remain inaccessible to those not invited. These hidden sanctuaries are more than just dwellings. They represent a connection between the human world and a realm of spiritual abundance. In times of dire need, the Nunehi are believed to descend from their secret abodes, to assist lost travelers, shelter the weary, and even safeguard the lives of those caught in the midst of conflict. One of the most compelling aspects of the Nunehi myth is the wealth of oral tradition that surrounds them. Cherokee elders have long recounted tales of mysterious encounters with these immortal beings. In one well-known story, a group of Cherokee hunters, lost in the labyrinthine depths of the Appalachian forests, encountered a small band of Nunehi. The spirit people appeared unexpectedly, a flicker of light here, a whispering voice there, and guided the hunters safely out of the wilderness. The hunters would later describe their experience as being touched by a force both ethereal and benevolent. Another celebrated tale recounts the rescue of a young child, separated from a traveling Cherokee band during a fierce storm. As the legend goes, when all hope seemed lost, the Nunehi emerged from the swirling mists. They took the child under their wing, sheltering them within the safety of their hidden domain, until the storm passed, and the child was reunited with their family. This narrative, repeated through generations, underscores the Nunehi's role as compassionate guardians, a symbol of hope in the face of adversity. The Nunehi are not merely folklore, they are an integral part of the Cherokee spiritual worldview. For the Cherokee people, the boundaries between the human and spirit worlds are permeable, allowing for interaction and mutual influence. The Nunehi, as immortal custodians, embody this interconnection. They remind us that the physical realm we inhabit is but one facet of a more expansive, mystical existence. Historically, these legends provided more than just fantastical storytelling. They instilled in the community values of respect, protection, and interconnectedness. In an era when survival was a daily challenge, the belief in divine guardians offered comfort and a sense of order in a chaotic world. The Nunehi became symbols of hope, reinforcing the belief that even in the darkest times, there were benevolent forces watching over the Cherokee people. Early European explorers and missionaries documented various aspects of Cherokee culture, including their rich pantheon of mythological beings. While the Nunehi are not always mentioned explicitly in these accounts, many of the spiritual beliefs and practices described echo the themes found in Nunehi legends. For instance, references to spirits of the mountains, or hidden folk, align closely with the descriptions of the Nunehi found in Cherokee oral history. The accounts recorded during the colonial period offer valuable insights. Although these early documents sometimes viewed indigenous belief systems through a lens of misunderstanding, they inadvertently preserved fragments of the rich lore surrounding the Nunehi. Today, scholars and storytellers alike seek to reconstruct and honor these traditions, ensuring that the spirit of the Nunehi endures for future generations. While the core elements of the Nunehi myth remain constant, their immortality, benevolence, and mysterious abodes, the details of their stories vary. Over centuries, as the Cherokee people navigated challenges and change, so too did the legends adapt. In this segment, we'll explore how different versions of the Nunehi myth emerged, with a particular focus on their role during the tumultuous period of the Cherokee Removal, also known as the Trail of Tears. Traditional Cherokee accounts of the Nunehi are steeped in symbolism and ritual. In these ancient tales, the Nunehi are not only protectors, but also mediators between the human and spiritual realms. Their actions are purposeful and imbued with deep cultural significance, often serving as lessons in humility, respect, and the importance of maintaining harmony with nature. In contrast, modern reinterpretations sometimes frame the Nunehi in ways that resonate with contemporary audiences. Modern storytellers, inspired by the rich tapestry of Cherokee myth, have depicted the Nunehi as almost fairy-like beings, possessing both an otherworldly allure and an enduring compassion. In these retellings, the Nunehi can be seen as precursors to modern notions of spirit guides, or even guardians of environmental conservation. One of the most poignant reinterpretations of the Nunehi myth emerged during the Cherokee Removal in the 1830s, a dark and painful chapter in Cherokee history. As thousands of Cherokee were forced to leave their ancestral lands under brutal conditions, hope seemed in short supply. Amidst the despair, many believed that the Nunehi were active once again, offering their protection and guidance during these harrowing times. Stories from that era recount miraculous escapes and moments of divine intervention. One legend speaks of a Cherokee family, driven to the brink of despair as they trekked along an unforgiving route. When it seemed that nature itself was conspiring against them, a torrential downpour, rugged terrain, and dwindling supplies, a mysterious group of figures appeared. These visitors, identified in the retelling as the Nunehi, guided the family to a secluded valley, where they found safety and the means to recover. Though documented evidence is sparse, the oral histories passed down through Cherokee families are filled with such accounts. The Nunehi in these stories are more than just mythic beings. They become living symbols of hope, a testament to the enduring human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. It's important to note that, like many indigenous traditions, the Nunehi myth is not monolithic. Different Cherokee communities have preserved their own versions of the tales, each emphasizing various aspects of these immortal beings. In some regions, the Nunehi are depicted as solemn, almost aloof guardians whose interventions are rare but powerful. In others, they are seen as playful tricksters, sometimes testing the resolve and intentions of those who encounter them. One version from the Eastern Cherokee, for instance, highlights the Nunehi's role as wise counselors. In this telling, they are approached by community elders for guidance in times of decision-making, their advice delivered in cryptic but profound messages that echo the rhythms of nature. Another version, often recounted in the Southern Cherokee traditions, emphasizes their role as rescuers, spirits who intervene in moments of dire peril, particularly during journeys through treacherous lands. The influence of the Nunehi myth extends far beyond its traditional roots. In recent decades, these immortal spirit people have found their way into modern culture in a variety of forms: literature, art, film, and even video games. Contemporary authors and filmmakers have reimagined the Nunehi as multifaceted characters who embody both the wisdom of the past and the complexities of modern existence. Such portrayals have sparked lively debates. On one side, some critics argue that modern adaptations risk diluting the profound spiritual and cultural significance of the Nunehi. On the other hand, proponents assert that these creative reinterpretations help to introduce ancient wisdom to new audiences, ensuring that the legacy of the Nunehi remains vibrant and relevant in the modern world. The ongoing dialogue surrounding these interpretations reveals much about the nature of myth itself: dynamic, ever-evolving, and reflective of the times in which it is told. While the Nunehi hold a special place in Cherokee tradition, they are not alone in the world of myth. Across the globe, many indigenous cultures have legends of fairy-like beings, immortal entities that inhabit liminal spaces and interact with humankind. In this final segment, we broaden our scope to explore the roles and representations of these mystical figures, and how they echo the themes found in the Nunehi lore. In many parts of Europe, the idea of hidden or otherworldly people is a recurring theme. Irish folklore, for instance, is replete with tales of the Nunnehi, a race of fairies said to dwell in mounds and hills, much like the Nunnehi are believed to inhabit the hidden townhouses of the Cherokee. These beings are not merely whimsical creatures, they serve as guardians of nature, mediators of fate, and custodians of ancient wisdom. Similar traditions can be found among various Native American tribes as well. The legends of the Pukwudgies among the Wampanoag, for example, tell of small, elusive beings who interact with humans, sometimes as protectors, sometimes as tricksters. While the characteristics of these beings may differ from tribe to tribe, the underlying message is consistent. The world is full of hidden wonders, and those who are attuned to the subtle rhythms of nature may encounter beings that transcend ordinary existence. So what exactly do these fairy-like beings represent? Across cultures, they often symbolize the mystery of life and the unknown depths of the natural world. They act as intermediaries between the tangible and intangible, reminding us that human experience is enriched by forces beyond our immediate comprehension. In many indigenous traditions, these beings are viewed as manifestations of nature's power, a reminder that life, death, and rebirth are all interconnected in an eternal cycle. For the Cherokee, the Nunehi encapsulates these themes. They represent the eternal cycle of life and death, the idea that while our physical forms are transient, the spirit endures. This belief not only comforts, but also inspires a deep respect for the natural world, urging a harmonious existence with all living things. In our modern, fast-paced world, the tales of the Nunehi, and their counterparts in other cultures, offer a timeless counterpoint to materialism and disconnection from nature. They remind us of a world where the lines between the seen and unseen blur, where every tree, stream, and mountain may hide a secret, sacred story. For many today, these legends serve as a call to reconnect with the land, to listen to the whispers of ancient wisdom, and to acknowledge that there is more to our existence than meets the eye. Moreover, the resurgence of interest in indigenous mythologies is part of a larger movement to reclaim cultural heritage and honor ancestral knowledge. By embracing these stories, modern societies not only preserve important traditions, but also foster a deeper, more sustainable relationship with our environment. Ultimately, whether we speak of the Nunehi, the Cherokee, or other fairy-like beings, the underlying narrative is one of mystery and hope. These stories encourage us to look beyond the surface of everyday life and search for meaning in the spaces between. They suggest that in moments of crisis, be it a natural disaster, personal hardship, or cultural upheaval, there exists a benevolent force ready to offer guidance and protection. This universal quest for meaning is perhaps the greatest legacy of indigenous myths. In a world that often feels fragmented, the tales of the Nunehi and their kin serve as a reminder that we are all part of a larger, interconnected tapestry. They invite us to pause, to reflect, and to trust in the unseen forces that have guided humanity through the ages. As we draw our journey to a close, the story of the Nunehi leaves us with more questions than answers, a hallmark of all great myths. These immortal spirit people, woven into the heart of Cherokee culture, remind us that sometimes the most profound truths lie in the spaces between what we can see and what we can imagine. From the timeless legends shared around firesides to the modern reinterpretations in art and film, the Nunehi continue to inspire, challenge, and guide. They're a symbol of resilience, hope, and the enduring power of the human spirit, a beacon for those who dare to seek meaning in the interplay of history, culture, and the mystical world beyond. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of the Nunehi, please consider liking this video, subscribing to History Unveiled, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. What legends or mysteries would you like us to explore next? Let us know your ideas as we continue to unearth the secrets of our shared past. Before we sign off, let's take a moment to delve deeper into some scholarly perspectives on the Nunehi. Researchers in the fields of anthropology, folklore, and Native American studies have long been fascinated by these enigmatic beings. Their work suggests that the Nunehi, much like other mythological figures, serve multiple functions in Cherokee society. Anthropologists have observed that myths like those of the Nunehi perform critical social functions. In times of crisis or uncertainty, such stories provide a framework for understanding the inexplicable. They offer comfort, a sense of order, and a reassurance that there are unseen forces at work. In Cherokee culture, Where the spiritual and material worlds are deeply intertwined, the Nunehi help bridge the gap between the known and the unknown. These anthropological insights highlight how myths can function as both mirrors and maps, a reflection of a community's values and a guide for navigating life's challenges. Oral tradition has been the primary vehicle for preserving the stories of the Nunehi. Folklorists emphasize the dynamic nature of these tales, how they evolve with each retelling while remaining rooted in core cultural truths. This fluidity allows the Nunehi myth to remain relevant, adapting to new circumstances while retaining its mystical allure. The power of oral tradition is such that even when the details shift, the emotional and spiritual impact of the Nunehi's presence remains constant. This is why, even in modern times, many Cherokee and non-Cherokee alike find solace and inspiration in these enduring legends. Comparative cultural studies offer yet another layer of understanding. When we juxtapose the Nunehi with similar beings from other indigenous traditions, we see a remarkable pattern. Across continents, cultures have independently conceptualized immortal, benevolent beings, who act as protectors and guides. This universality speaks to a common human need: to believe in something greater than ourselves, to trust that in the midst of chaos there is a force of healing and hope. By studying these parallels, historians and cultural theorists argue that such myths are not mere fanciful stories, but rather an integral part of how humans have historically made sense of their place in the cosmos. The legend of the Nunehi endures because it speaks to something essential within us all: a yearning for connection, a belief in the unseen, and the eternal hope that, even in our darkest moments, help is never far away. Whether you view these immortal spirit people as literal guardians or as powerful metaphors for human resilience, their story remains a testament to the enduring power of myth. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Cherokee mythology. If this exploration of the Nunehi has sparked your curiosity or touched your spirit, we encourage you to share this video and leave a comment with your thoughts. What mysteries of history would you like us to unveil next?